She did not raise her voice. She had no need to. Her finger rose, slow, exact, aiming at the door like a judge pronouncing a sentence long since settled. Leave. The word fell softly, too softly. I watched her face in that held breath, the calm mouth, eyes already gone. Not angry, not afraid. Finished. She had practiced this. I could tell by the stillness in her hands. I nodded. As you wish. My voice did not tremble. That surprised her. It surprised me, too. I took my coat. I did not hurry. Hurry would have meant panic. Panic would have meant weakness. One last look at the room we built together. The furniture chosen to impress guests we no longer invited. The paint hiding cracks that were always there. Outside, an engine idled. The truck, already waiting. She thought the threat would crush me. She thought casting me out would leave me stranded, emotionally, financially, strategically. She never asked why I smiled as I reached for the handle. She never asked how I knew the timing would be perfect. Some betrayals scream. Hers whispered, and whispers are easier to follow. It hadn't begun with the door. That was merely the ending she chose. It began quietly. A phone turned screen down, a laugh cut short when I entered, a hand that flinched, not from fear, but from calculation. She began narrating her life to me like a poorly memorized script. I listened. I always listened. Love teaches you patterns. Betrayal breaks them. She came home lighter, as if she'd already left the weight of me somewhere else. I told myself it was stress. Told myself I was imagining things. Denial is a comforting lie. It keeps you functional while it hollows you out. But there were calls she never answered, names she never mentioned, stories that stopped just before they mattered. Then came the night she said my name wrong, as though it belonged to someone she once knew. I didn't confront her. Confrontation is for the desperate. I needed clarity, certainty. Rage without proof is just noise. So I watched. I let her believe she was smarter, let her think I was shrinking, distracted, manageable. I became predictable on purpose. Predictability makes people careless. Every betrayal leaves fingerprints. You only have to stop looking away. I moved carefully, methodically. I studied phone records like a surgeon reads scans, detached, precise, already preparing for what they might show. Patterns surfaced, late nights, repeated numbers, a rhythm I wasn't part of. I followed the quiet, not the noise. Her routines betrayed her faster than her lies. Tuesdays ran long, Thursdays vanished. I memorized her excuses. They were thin, too efficient, as if someone else had helped write them. At night, she slept easily. I did not. My mind ran simulations, outcomes, possibilities. I imagined confronting her 100 ways and discarded them all. Emotion clouds the moment. I wanted her clear-eyed when the truth arrived. So I tested reality, a private test, clean, clinical, no drama. I watched the results load on a screen indifferent to my feelings. Science rarely cares. The answer didn't hurt the way I'd expected. It settled, like something finally clicking into place. I closed the laptop and sat in the dark, listening to her breathe from the other room. Every inhale sounded like theft, every exhale, relief. Hers, not mine. I didn't hate her then. Hate requires energy. I was conserving mine. The results came on a Monday. Of course they did. I printed them. Paper makes truth harder to ignore. I folded the pages once, clean line, sharp edge, control. That evening I set them on the table between us while she talked about her day. I waited until she noticed. Her voice faltered, just a fraction. "What's this?" she asked. I didn't answer right away. Silence does more damage than words when it's deliberate. "Read it," I said. Her eyes moved line by line. Color drained from her face, replaced by something frantic and raw. She looked up as if seeing a stranger who had always been there. "You went through my things," she said. Interesting. That's where she went first. I nodded once. not in apology, in confirmation. She cried, she explained, she blamed timing, pressure, confusion. She said my name like it could still reach me. It couldn't. I had already crossed the distance she was trying to close. That's when she pointed to the door. Leave. Not because she was strong, because she was exposed. She thought control lived in the house, in the accounts, in the story she'd tell once I was gone. She thought eviction was power. She didn't know about the truck, didn't know I'd already moved what mattered, didn't know the copies were backed up, didn't know her version of events had an expiration date. I stood, calm, centered, as you wish. No threats, no speeches. I let her imagine the victory, let her believe she had won something. As I stepped outside, the truck's headlights cut the dark like a signal, my signal. Behind me, the door closed. For the first time, it didn't sound like loss. It sounded like release. I didn't look back. Some endings don't deserve witnesses. The road stretched open ahead, clean, empty, honest. I felt lighter than I had in years, not because I was free of her, but because I was free of doubt. Betrayal doesn't break you. Confusion does. She would spend years explaining herself to people who'd never fully believe her. I wouldn't need to explain anything at all. Truth stands on its own. I adjusted the mirror, watched the house shrink into just another shape in the dark. She thought the door was the end. For her, it was. For me, it was the first step out of a lie.